This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Dumpster Diving. This is where we muddle through. We won't always do horrible things too. Eventually, sometimes we'll do some good stuff on here, but we did not. We did not today, though, do anything good. We watched an episode of Sam and Cat, which apparently is CAT, like an actual cat.
Yeah.
On Netflix, so the show's on Netflix. I believe it was on Nickelodeon.
Oh, I thought it was a Disney show, but yeah, I think it must be Nickelodeon because the producer Dan Schneider was a Nickelodeon guy.
Yeah, and if it was on Disney, it'd probably be on Disney Plus, is my guess.
Yeah.
Are your kids old enough? Did you watch this show at all with them?
My oldest did like it. In fact, I think her first diary entry ever was "I love Sam and Cat."
Oh, okay.
Which would be hilarious, when she's like 18 or so.
Right.
But yeah, I watched it with her. It's never was appealing to me. It's like your typical dumb kid show.
Yeah, these types of shows didn't really exist when we were younger. There was definitely some
kind of like Salute Your Shorts, I think, is kind of like that, right?
Yeah, or
Hey Dude.
It's close. Yeah, Hey Dude. Hey Dude might be the closest thing, probably.
I never watched either of those because, again, I didn't have cable.
Oh, yeah, I loved Hey Dude. But, yeah, because there's no parents around anywhere, but they're clearly not old enough to be on their own, but they just are on their own.
Right.
I know the one girl is the singer, Ariana Grande. Yeah.
Yeah, I think these were both characters from other Nickelodeon properties. I think they were both on different shows, and they had two characters make their own show.
Yeah, my wife watched a show with our child Stefan was too young. It was probably 2 when she would watch this show, but so it wasn't for him, it was for her. Sorry to call you out, honey, but she watched this show. I think it was called iCarly.
Yeah, I know that is a show. I don't know if either of them were on it, though.
I think the blonde one was in it.
Oh, okay.
Ariana
Jenna McCurdy, maybe? Jennifer? I think it's Jennifer. Get the F in here.
I didn't actually pay attention to the names in the the opening, with one of the worst songs of all time, by the way.
Yeah, it's really bad. The first name that really stuck out in the opening credits is Dan Schneider.
Right.
It was a guy who basically was severed from his very profitable relationship for both parties with Nickelodeon for just being a big creep.
Yeah, he was the one that was on Head of the Class, right?
Yeah, Dennis on Head of the Class.
Yeah, good for you, Dennis.
And terrible at the same time.
Yeah. But, yeah, so I didn't realize this because I've heard a couple Ariana Grande songs on the radio or whatever. I've heard Ariana Grande mumble some songs on the radio before.
I don't think I've ever heard one of her songs now that I think about it.
She doesn't. She's it's mumbling. But anyway,
I hear she's a very good singer. She was at Aretha Franklin's funeral, and a lot of people said she no one really seemed to have a problem with it.
Apparently, she can be a really good singer when she wants to. Because I saw on YouTube one time she was on some talk show. I think it was when I was looking up impressions, and someone was like, "Oh, I heard."
How's that, Danny DeVito? Come on, let's hear the next sentence in your Danny DeVito. I gotta take some time and work up to the Danny DeVito. I think your natural voice has a little DeVito to it.
You think so?
A little bit. It's the I can't the grumpiness in your voice.
If I was doing my dad impersonation.
Yeah, oddly enough, both you and your brother your voices are turning your dad's voice.
Yeah, I know it sucks.
I mean, come on, that's a great old man voice. We're gonna need those.
Yeah, that's true. But so what was I talking about? Something
Danny
about,
DeVito.
oh yeah. So Grande, I saw her do this. They were like, you can do impersonations, and she was like, yeah. So she did like Britney Spears, but whatever. But she did Whitney Houston, and I was like, whoa, fuck, she can actually sing. Like, she's actually good.
Keep her away from her bathtub.
Right. But on this show, I don't know why, but she talks like a baby.
And see, I actually thought that was her natural voice because I don't think I've ever heard her speak. But my wife said that's like actually like much higher than her normal voice.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd only ever heard her speak on Sam and Cat before. I just assumed it was her natural voice.
So it's like someone took a young impressionable actress, and said, hey, you know how Marilyn Monroe and Goldie Hawn used to speak because they were like ditzy and they were putting on that like ditzy, stuff. So speak.
No,
like,
I don't. I'm 14.
Right. So they showed her clips of that, and then they smashed her in the fucking head afterwards. That's what her voice sounds like to me.
Yeah.
She's like, a cat, or I guess she's Cat. Sam.
I think you're right.
The
the whole premise of the show is that these two girls who live in a like $1 million condo adorned with like another like $500,000 worth of decorations.
Yeah, they're in fucking Malibu
to make extra. Oh, is that where it was? I thought it was like
I have no
Miami
idea.
or something.
I have no idea, but I'm guessing
it's some like nice area with like expensive condos and shit which they live in, and the house is like. It's like like a kid's dream of the way the house is decorated. Like it was clearly decorated with kids in mind. Like no adult would ever decorate a house like this unless they were like on an acid trip and like super wealthy and like an Amazon Prime account.
Right.
Yeah. So the purpose is they're babysitters, and so like this new client comes. It's a mom, and she's she's obviously wealthy because she offers them $500 if they help get rid of her daughter's like teddy bear. What's it called? Pooh Bar?
Mr. Poober.
Poober, yeah, which I don't think is a take on Uber because I don't think Uber was around at the time, but I think it's like Pooh Bear is my guess, something like that.
Yeah. You know what's annoying is that apparently every episode of this show is titled #something.
I saw that when I was looking for this episode at the end, which is ridiculous. I mean, Twitter must have just come out or something.
I guess.
Yeah, so they say okay, that should be no issue because at the beginning Cat takes all their money and makes like a man shape out of it, which is very odd.
Yeah, this whole thing's so weird. So she makes something called Mr. Bill, which is all their money folded up into a dude that she's dancing with. She showed more warmth to that than she did to Pete Davidson. But it's really weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
It implies that she only cares about money.
Oh, no, I think she was just like she's like a huge, huge idiot.
Yeah.
I thought her character was like the dumbest character ever, and then another character shows up.
Oh, you mean Lenny from Of Mice and Men shows up? Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. I was going to describe him. I already planned this as a Korean man-child.
Mm-hmm.
And he very much is that, which we'll talk about.
Absolutely.
Nice. But yeah, so she's like a complete idiot. But then like Sam, I guess. Sam is like this like kind of tough girl. She was like in juvie, we find out at one point. I think it's like a really bad take on the Odd Couple. She's
apparently strong enough to take a baseball bat and chop a tree down, even though she's got like the thinnest arms in creation.
Yes. And I think Ariana Grande is like 5'2", and she seems to be about the same height.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks delicate. That's how I describe her.
Yeah, she's got the tough attitude, but yeah, she looks like a China doll.
Like she's like a chihuahua.
Yep.
Oh, watch out! Don't call Matt Stafford that. Which is pretty fucked up because obviously he's been injured like back wise, but he's been very like one of the most consistent players for years after that, which is like the Phil Simms thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is funny. Somebody called that, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened. But yeah, so she's like this really like kind of scrawny girl. But so like she says, "Oh look, I have this fake pineapple," which actually is kind of a cool idea. They hide their money in that, and they're trying to say they both count their money. Of course, like Sam, or no, I'm sorry, Cat has like an exact figure, whereas Cat is like somewhere between this and this, and it's like some ridiculous, number.
Yeah. Somewhere between $100 and $1 million.
Yeah, something like that.
It's not quite that bad, but it's something like that.
It's like between like 1 and 600 or something.
Yeah.
It's funny because all the bills we have are like hundreds, so like they're charging like an exorbitant fee for babysitting, which again implies they're in like a really wealthy area.
Seriously, or at least a lot of drug dealers around that area.
Right. And again, this woman shows up and she's just like, "Yeah, I'll give you $500 if you get rid of this teddy bear," which is like an insane amount, for something. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, sure." Well, actually, I think Kat is like, "Oh no, we'll do it for free." But then Sam's like, "No, we want the money."
Yeah, and here's the thing: like, if they really want to get rid of this thing, that kid sleeps, right? You're their parents.
If they don't sleep, then if they don't sleep, then they do drink stuff and then fall asleep, a la Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like this girl is like, she's like has a bad attitude, like a problem child-esque character she's like, "Oh, how much did my mom offer you?" And like, ah.
Right.
And then it's like, there's a lot of dumb, I don't think it's a live audience, maybe it is, but there's a lot of stupid laughs and dumb jokes.
Yeah, there are a lot of bad jokes.
Yeah, so they take her to dinner, and like after like, "Oh, we'll give you 2 desserts if you give us the bear," and she's like, "Oh, how about you just give me 2 desserts anyways?" And then and then the one girl, I think it was Sam, grabs again, attesting to her strength, she grabs this teddy bear. You can't wrestle away from an 11-year-old girl.
You know what's funny is I think there was like a mess up here, and they just let it go. Because at one point she does actually get the thing away from her, and then she's like, she's gonna take it back or whatever. And then the kid, like you can see the kid, playing the 11-year-old or whatever, is like barely containing her laughter, and she like grabs it back from her. I don't think she was supposed to let her have it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think she just like actually did pull it away. Actually,
you know what's weird about this part too is this is when I noticed when she picks up her fucking tablet, which I couldn't understand what this was at first.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
She picks up this tablet, which is the weirdest shape in the world. Turns out it's a pear, I guess. Because they're called pear pods or pear.
No, iPear.
Yeah. And so it's like it's a take on Apple or whatever. It's a pear instead of an apple. But here's the thing. iPads aren't shaped like a fucking apple. Because it's the weirdest design. How are you going to put this in a purse or a backpack? This is a disaster waiting to happen. It's the stupidest idea in the world.
It makes no sense.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so they're at this restaurant, they can't get away from the girl, and then
by the way, there's a robot that's a waitress.
Yeah, I forgot about
what that. What is going on in this fucking restaurant? What is this world? 2 fucking 14-year-olds are living on their own. Robots are serving. Is this a dystopian future?
I feel they're supposed to be older than that, because I think the actors are definitely older than that. I think they're probably supposed to be in late teens, because the one drives a motorcycle.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
I mean, I guess there's a motorcycle in the back.
So after this, that's when they go home, right? And fucking Ariana Grande is like, "Hey, tell me why you feel like you need this doll."
And the girl's like, "Oh, I feel I won't be popular." It's like basically a security blanket. Mm-hmm. She's like, "Oh, if you just give it up, and then you'll have more friends." And so she does, and this makes no sense. Like, they get this fucker in man-child guy and this little kid. What their relationship is, I think the one kid's a neighbor, because he implies that. Pardon me. Sam gets angry at this girl because the girl's a complete asshole. Mm-hmm. And then she goes out, like you said, chops down a tree with a baseball bat. And then it crushes this kid's mom's car.
Yeah, exactly.
So he must be the neighbor or something. And who this guy, this 30-year-old guy he's hanging out with, I don't even know who this is.
Yeah, it's a really weird situation.
And how do they know Sam and Kat? I don't know any of this info. But apparently this guy who can't even count backward from 10 to 1 has a huge interest in rock.
Yeah. So,
most pragmatic thing ever is we forgot the secret that Sam that Kat tells the girl is that she has all this money hidden in a secret pineapple. That's very important. Believe it or not, that's important.
Yeah. You wouldn't think so, but it's Chekhov's pineapple.
Yeah, and then so they have this rocket, which at first I thought Sam and Kat had bought, and if so, this rocket is easily over $500. But it's like, you know, it's a very elaborate rocket, and they're controlling it with the iPair. But are they looking for the most traumatic way to you know, get rid of this bear for this girl? I mean, just like say, hey, you know, just don't sleep with it anymore. You know, you're fine. That's enough. You know, or we'll keep it here for when you come back. You can play with it here. You know, something like that.
Right.
But no, they're gonna fire it into fucking space.
Yeah, it makes no sense at all.
With this, like, again, super expensive rocket. But then somehow, and I don't see how this happens. This doesn't make any sense at all. The girl does the old switcheroo, and she puts. Because I don't think she put it in there, did she? Maybe she did.
When did she get that pineapple? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I was, because of course the second I see the pineapple, I'm like, oh, someone's clearly going to take that, and obviously it happens like immediately. But so the girl puts the pineapple in the rocket, and she's basically like, yeah, don't fuck with me, you know. And then like you know, everyone's like, oh my, what's her name? Sam wants to beat the shit out of her with his baseball bat,
right? Which
is kind of hilarious. One thing I forgot is at the beginning there's like a weird joke. It's like she's like, oh, I have to start drinking all this root beer, you know, because of all the anguish you've caused me,
right?
She's clearly, you know, making a reference to beer. Like, pardon me, the audience is laughing.
Yeah.
But at the end, she's like downing a 2-liter, it's like pouring all over her face. What the fuck?
Yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah, so this rocket blasts off, and then the boy reveals, you know, that it actually doesn't go into space; it only goes up 1,000 feet. And then they somehow it's like reusable, so they have this tracker on it, and the tracker, of course, connects to.
Yeah, I guess
the iPair. No, the iPair is connected to the tracker. So they all jump in this guy's truck. Again, who the fuck is this guy?
Right, so just driving him around.
Yeah, like the guy's truck. And also the guy pops up in the back. Apparently he's been letting like this homeless guy sleep in his truck.
Yeah, very safe.
And the guy has like basically a easy bake oven, but it's like it makes grilled cheese sandwiches specifically. So he just starts passing them out to people. It's very weird.
Yeah, oh, and by the way, the parents mentioned that they're going to see a Juice Newton concert.
I didn't get that.
Who is that joke for?
I don't understand the joke.
Juice Newton, I mean, it's not really a joke, I guess, but Juice Newton was an artist in the 80s.
Oh, I thought it was like a pun on someone's name.
No, her name is actually Juice Newton. But it's like, this audience is going to be way too young for that.
I mean, I guess they expect people to be watching with their parents. I don't know.
A lot of the parents might be too young for it, too.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. But yeah, so like the girl, you know, like you said, makes a reference. Like, oh, I should have gone there. So they're driving around, and this guy, this guy's like, I'm going to take a sponge bath. And, you know, there's fucking children in the car.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird.
But then they have like this curtain that pops up. I wonder if this like Dan Schroeder guy is just like beating off while he writes a script, just imagining all the weird ways he could creep people out.
Yeah, apparently.
But then, again, to mention this rocket has like, it has such an elaborate lighting system. This thing's got to be $1,000 easy. It's a very expensive rocket.
Yeah.
So they follow it into a graveyard, of course, because why not a graveyard?
Right.
And they go in the office, and there's this like kind of wacky like security guard. I was gonna tell my wife right before he came out, but luckily I didn't because it would have been wrong. I'm like, I bet that's gonna be Fred Stoller. Because he was like kind of like head down at first. I'm like, it's gonna be Fred Stoller, but it wasn't. But the guy looked familiar. I just couldn't say who it is. I don't know. He just has a familiar look.
Yeah.
But he reveals that he fired his shotgun, which I noticed. I'm like, why is there a fucking shotgun on a kid show?
Seriously.
But, you know, sure enough, there was.
Yep. So they get their money back, and then they fucking
shotgun holes, which I don't understand how they're going to cash that in.
Right. And then they leave the girl there.
Yeah, that's the most fucked up part. They just leave her there,
and that's like, the end. Then they just sing. They sing "Playing with the Queen of Hearts," which is a Juice Newton song.
I didn't get that either. So
yeah.
The graveyard part. I'm like, that's really how this ends.
Right. I know, it's so weird. So apparently, because I looked up Ariana Grande, for a couple reasons. She came from a show called Victorious, from 2010 to 2013, and then she was on iCarly for an episode called I Party with Victorious,
It's probably a crossover, I guess.
Yeah, crossover. So
Sam Cat.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's where they met. Sam and Cat came out in 2013 to 2014. Ariana Grande was born in 1993. So I guess you might be right. She was 20 when this show started. So I guess you might be right. Maybe they're supposed to be late teens, like 18 maybe.
Well, that's actually something like a teenager or like a young teen would like land by. Is like, oh, a wealthy babysitter. That's an awesome job.
Exactly. They're killing it in the babysitting game.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the episode. Really unfunny. Like I did not laugh once.
Yeah, I didn't get it really.
Yeah, the only thing I really like, I didn't laugh at, but the only thing that amused me was the Faulknerian idiot man-child.
Yeah, he was even very aggressive to the security guard guy.
Yeah,
because I just imagine like if the kid told him to snap his neck, he would.
Because that's the thing is, I was thinking of all the things we could say about him on the show. That's what made me smile.
Wouldn't that be kind of fun to have like a Faulknerian man-child that like follows you around and you can command it?
I would.
I wouldn't have him get me food though, because his hands aren't going to be clean.
Right. Well, they'll be filled with blood.
Yeah.
Well, that is the episode. I don't know. I got nothing else to say about this shit show.
Yeah, it's obviously not meant for 2 men in their late 30s.
No, not at all. But as always, I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
See you next time.